this would change everything. We are so harsh and so mean with ourselves. So we have to change that. We have to start talking to ourselves in the same way that we are talking with the people we love the most. Because the one person that you should love more than everybody else besides God is you. And then you become this ray of light that can give positive energy and support to others. So this is my 5 top things that are absolute key for me, and that I think sometimes are good to be reminded of, that it can help to improve your life. I have way more detailed things, so maybe I will do a series out of that. Let me know what you think about that. I learned a lot of things, and I will be very happy to share my knowledge with some of you, because I think the more we talk to each other, the better we make the world, right? If I can support you in any way, then it makes me actually the happiest girl alive. So, with that being said, also if it's only one point of these 5 that gives you a thought that is beneficial for you, then I think this video was already a win, you know. And for me, I'm just really grateful that I found this channel, that I found YouTube as a communication tool, especially with ASMR, that is so gentle